Hey, back, it's me, Ian. And in today's video, well, I'm continuing my look at classic Doctor Who. Wonderful. It's always brilliant. And we're on the fifth Doctor. Peter Davison in the role, and it is brilliant. Yes, it is for me the golden age. All this classic Doctor Who, the whole thing, absolutely brilliant. Now, this is The King's Demon from 1983. Previously, we'd had Enlightenment, and then the next one, even though this is the finale because there was a special, is The Five Doctors, which was the 20th anniversary special. Fantastic. Anyhow, here we are. 20th season, 6th story, the finale, and it's 2 episodes. Only 2 episodes, yeah. And it was transmitted on the 15th and 16th of March 1983. And it's written by Terence Dudley. Now, he directed Meglos in 1980, Four to Doomsday 1982, Black Orchid 1982, and K9 and Company 1981. And that's it. After that, no more connection. Still, there we are. Good contributions. And it's directed by Tony Virgo. Now, Tony Virgo, sadly, this is the only one he directed. So there we are. But at least he directed one. Yes. And the script editor is, of course, Eric Saywood. And producer, of course, Jonathan Nathan Turner. The music is by Jonathan Gibbs. And I love the music on this, and I loved the lute being played. Yes, I've talked about the lute in other videos, being so important, the importance of the lute, and there we've got it being played, because that's how modern interpretations of looking at music, where it all began with the lute. Yes. It's fantastic. Anyhow, I'm going off. I go excited. Anyhow, so the music is by Jonathan Gibbs. Brilliant. I love it. Now, let's go through the cast. We have got Peter Davison as the 5th Doctor. We've got Janet Fielding as Tegan, and Mark Strickson as Turlough. Also, we've now got Gerald Flood, who is the voice of Chameleon. Yes, and he's not not going to be long doing this. But here he is. He's considered part of the TARDIS crew, Chameleon. He's well known as an actor in terms of his TV series and theatre. He was in Smoke Scream 1964, Pattern, good film that, 1970, and Frightmare 1974, which is a Pete Walker horror. Yes, we know about Pete Walker. So he's only going to be used for 2 appearances, because that's all Chameleon appeared into. 2 episodes. Right. So next we have got, of course, Anthony Ainley playing the Master. And then we've got Frank Windsor playing Ranulph. Frank Windsor is a face that when you see him, I just think of what I knew him as in Z Cars. He was in Z Cars playing Watt, Detective Sergeant Watt. And there he was with his sidekick, with Big Inspector Barlow, Chief Inspector Barlow. And they were involved in not just Z Cars, but the Softly Softly series, 1966 to 1969. And then the Softly Softly Task Force, 1969 to 1976. And I also remember him doing a special with Barlow and Watt, looking at Jack the Ripper, which was absolutely fantastic. Oh, yeah, absolutely wonderful. Takes me right back to that era in television. Then we've got Isla Blair, who plays Isabella. Interesting, she was in Dr. Terror's House of Horrors, 1965. Peter Cushing, first Amicus film, anthology series, horror. What more can you ask? Battle of Britain, 1969. Very much a film that pops up a lot with such a big cast. And now she is in Hammer film Taste the Blood of Dracula, 1970, which I have to say is my favourite of the Hammer Dracula films, with, Christopher Lee's in that one, as he was, apart from only one Dracula who wasn't in for Hammer. Brilliant. That one is so good, Taste the Blood of Dracula. Also, she was in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, 1989. Brilliant. Afterlife, 2003. And then Johnny English Reborn, 2011, which I know is the Rowan Atkinson series of films of Johnny English. So, yeah, that's the films that she was involved in. Now, you're saying to yourself, well, probably not. I don't know. Locations I've got to mention is Bodiam Castle, which is in Bodiam in East Sussex, England. And yeah, I love castles. You can't beat a good castle. And seeing it there, fantastic. I'll tell you something though, crikey, it would be a bit parky there. As we saw, Tegan being wrapped up. Mind you, it wouldn't just be parky, it would be a bit smelly as well, but we never get that in these stories. Yes, anyway, I won't go into that area, especially if you're listening to this, not watching it and eating something. We won't go into that. Right, so what is this story about? Okay, so we've got the Doctor, Tegan, and Turlough. Oh, why does Turlough irritate me? He still irritates me even in this. Well, they arrive, and it happens to be an English castle, and this is a significant part. It is in 1215, and King John is there, but the Doctor already senses something is not right about this. And of course, we soon discover that the Master is there. The Master again is manipulating history, or trying to manipulate history. And of course, the chameleon is in fact impersonating being King John. Yes, exactly. And under the Master's control. Why is this important? Because 1215 was the year at Runnymede where the Magna Carta was signed. And the Magna Carta is so influential in the development of law, basically, and freedoms and rights. In English, in terms of England, the rights are there, the early rights of declarations. It's just such an important document, and of course develops further and further into. We don't have a formal constitution in our country. We developed it right through, I'd say, to I think the Act of Union with Scotland, but you've got obviously the revolution that we have in this country with this English Civil War, right up to 1688 revolution, and all this all stems in many ways from defending and protecting the rights and getting more, and all these are all based the English law of the Magna Carta, and I say it's influence on lots of countries who are developing their own systems of law. So that's why it's important. I've just gone off there. I've got all serious on the A-Bike. And the master, of course, doesn't want that. He wants to change history and cause more chaos. That's what the master's about, creating chaos, changing history, not so everything runs nicely. Well, history actually never runs nicely. It's very stop and start, and things. There are patterns that develop, but it's never all smooth. It never really is. Anyhow, this is it's only a 2-part story, and they pack a lot in a 2-part story. I don't think everybody's going to think, oh, it's the most memorable story, because there's so many. If you look at the whole issues of Doctor Who, but I think it's good, because don't forget, Doctor Who does have a tradition of doing historical dramas, and it does them very well, and it does it here. We get the atmosphere, we get the castle, we get all the costumes, the actors look great, and fantastic. It absolutely looks great. I really like this story. I've got to admit, I suppose I'm biased because, I love history. I think they do a great job. I like the concept here involved. And you can't beat the master being all evil and trying to change things. And the cast is good, it's fine, we don't see too much of Taylor, so that's fine with me. But Tegan's great. I love Tegan. She's still there. Brilliant. Great. You can't help but. I loved it. I think the problem is with the 2-parters is that they're often forgotten, as there'll be there is another 2-parter will be coming up. I think in next season. And again, it's one that people they don't remember them that well, do they? But there we are. Well, I mean, we don't have many 2-parters in Doctor Who, but here it is anyhow. So overall, I just think this is a great story. For me, it is, and one sadly is probably not remembered that much. The failure of the robot, of course, is quite a big thing. I mean, as we hear in the extras, the fact that the creator died, and therefore they couldn't develop it any further. If you notice, it sat down. It doesn't move. I think there's a sense of relief amongst the actors. You could see with Peter Davison that the thing didn't last, and that John Nathan Turner's idea was, it wasn't such a good idea. So, just 2 episodes we've got this, and then they get rid of it, they write it out, and yes, I can see why. But, trying to do different things, sadly it didn't work, but, it's okay. I think I've been going on a bit there, haven't I? Let's say, in 1995, we got a VHS release, and it was in a box set with the 5 Doctors. I'll show you what I've got in, very soon. Then in 2010, we get a DVD box set with Planet of Fire, And then in 2023, of course, we get the Blu-ray release of season 20. I've got the Doctor Who collection. And again, it looks, and we've got more extras as well on the Blu-ray release. Fantastic. So I'll just show you before I go. It's from this box set, Chameleon Tales. We've given it its own blooming box set. Because we've got the other stories there, which is they put with Planet of Fire. Now, even though the next one will be after this, of course, the 5 Doctor specials. But anyway, I'm going off. So this is the King's Demon DVD release. There we are. It's back again. So extras as well on this. Inside we've got a disc with a nice bit of illustration there, and this lovely little leaflet where you just get a bit more information. I always like this little leaflet. I would say, yeah. So get that, and put it in the box set. It's nice. It's a nice box set. Then, of course, we've got this, which I love showing. Here it is, season 20 on Blu-ray in these beautiful box sets. Oh, wow. These are beautiful, aren't they? It's back again. Going to a lot more extras as well on here. Just absolutely fantastic. They are a real treat. Absolutely. Beautiful. And that's it. That's it. Yeah, I've finished. So, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and then you look in the playlist and you can see all the things that I've done. More Doctor Who reviews. There's a lot more about connected with Doctor Who, but I do a lot of film reviews and TV shows, and also a bit of music as well. And if you like this particular video, please give the video a like. It gets it out to YouTube, and hopefully other people might enjoy it. It's good for my channel. And if you've got any comments, please put your comments down. I love to read your comments, and I'll always reply to them. And that's it. So all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.